Gears of War is a series that definitely has had an impact on the Xbox consoles. This game debuted on the Xbox 360 only to receive this re-release for the Xbox One on August 25th, 2015. One of the biggest influences this first game in the franchise had was on third-person shooter genre, specifically its use of cover-based shooting and that mechanic as a whole. However, there's a lot more to this game than that, and I'm going to be diving into the Gears of War Ultimate Edition to see where it ends up on my list. As I mentioned, Gears of War had a big impact on third-person shooters due to the use of the cover-based shooting mechanic. While not the first to implement this mechanic, this game is counted as one of the most popular and most effective uses of it. This game also gives you breaks in the hardcore action. I found that the breaks in this game were refreshing and thankfully not too long. You're able to take a look around at the scenery, pay attention to the story beats without getting bored, but then you're able to get right back into the action and be running around and trying to make sure you're in cover. So I want to give movement 71 points. Besides cover-based shooting, what I enjoy gameplay-wise in this game is just the pure raw action. You always have access to the right weapon for the job at hand, and the variety of approaches you can take is extremely enjoyable. A big example is the immersion holes that pop up to spawn enemies. You can kill all of the enemies, sure, but why not just lob a grenade in the hole and stop enemies from escaping out in the first place? Also, your main weapon, called the Lancer, has a chainsaw attached to it. A chainsaw. So you can walk up to enemies and just chainsaw them. Pretty intense if you ask me, and totally worth 62 points. Something I've been considering with this game is how it introduces us to the series as a whole. Playing the game in 2019, I know that there are 5 other Gears of War games, and while playing this one, I really tried to take in the story and the characters, to see if I can understand the universe. I have to say that this first Gears of War game really does set some things up pretty well. I understand the main hero, Marcus, and his relationship with some of the people, although I do wish the game explored relationships between other characters more. I also got a pretty good understanding of Emergence Day, or E-Day as the game calls it, although I do wish there was some more detail in the Years of War that happened before the setting of this game. With all that being said, I'm going to give this as an introduction to the series 39 points. Since this game is an Xbox One remaster of an Xbox 360 game, I'd be remiss not to talk about the graphics. Using my nostalgia glasses on this game, I still don't think it looked very pretty on release. Looking at the remaster version, it looks a bit better. Overall, this game just has a pretty muted color palette, and realistically this game was one of the catalysts of those one-color shooter game memes. The character and enemies don't look too bad, if not a bit ridiculous just because of their size, but the environment can really get muddied and plain. Overall, I'm going to give graphics 37 points. Adding together the scores, that's 71 in movement, 62 in grub killing, 39 in introducing us to the world, and 37 in graphics, we end up with a total score of 209 points. Overall, a very fun game and one of the highest rated that I've played this year. I highly recommend picking this game up, and I'm very excited to continue seeing where this series goes. With all of that being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this video. If you like what I do, please hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, either way, I hope you have a great day.